Oak Hill Fish Camp is the kind of place where you can walk out your door, step onto 1.75 acres of fishable shoreline, and be casting within seconds. Redfish, trout, mangrove snapper, there's always something cruising the rocks, docks, and channels that wrap around this peninsula. In this video, Bill shows you exactly how he works these waters with simple mullet-style lures, steady retrieves, and a few well-timed twitches. As you watch him cast from spot to spot, picture yourself standing right where he is, because when you stay here, you absolutely can.
Out here at Oak Hill Fish Camp, the one thing that's great about it is even if you don't have a boat, get out there. We have 1.75 acres, I believe, of property all the way around a peninsula. And you can usually always catch some kind of fish out here. Redfish, trout. We had a 12-inch mangrove guy caught the other day right there off these rocks. I like using lures around here a lot. I don't really like to keep live bait just because I just don't have time for it. But the lure I'm using right now is pretty much just like a little mullet, finger mullet. You'll see the mullet all through here. It's almost the same type of bait you can catch here. One of the biggest goals in fishing is you want to kind of fish with what the fish are eating in their natural habitat. So this little lure does wonders sometimes. At nighttime, you can actually come out here when the lights are on the boat dock, put down a live shrimp, live little finger mullet, and you'd be surprised what you can catch. I mean, there's 20 different species of fish besides catfish you can actually catch here at Oak Hill. But I like to take it almost across the other side over there. You just want to bring it in, this little pulsating action. You want to go fast, slow. Mimic a fish, give it a little twitch. It's called twitch a minnow. There's a bunch of grass out here as well. You always want to get the grass off your pole. But any kind of structure, especially during the day, you got to remember if it's hot outside, you don't necessarily want to be out in the open. The fish are hiding up in the shade. The fish are hiding under these docks. They're getting out of the sun like we like to get out of the sun. So pitching and throwing baits close and underneath the structures, the boats that are happen to be here, the dock over there, is the best spot to try to start, to try to catch fish. Well, I got rocks over here. There's always usually some kind of fish over here in these rocks. So you can get over here close to it, right there in front. And again, this nice steady retreel with every little bit, just a little bump every now and then. This gives that fish a little twitch. Sometimes you can even give it just a little twitch. If you got the right rod, you get a little twitch. Steady reel. And more grass. Most fish don't swim in grass on it, so anything on your line that looks a little weird probably is. Let's move down up here a little bit, see if we got a little farther wind blowing pretty hard today.
They're coming in, they're coming in.
One thing you always want to make sure you have when you are fishing, when you do hook a fish, you want to make sure you have pliers. A lot of times the hook goes very deep in there, so you always make sure you carry pliers. You always make sure you want to have a good pair of pliers that can go in there. Like this was talking earlier about fishing etiquette, you don't want to touch the fish without having wet hands, and you don't want to do too much damage trying to dig your fingers down the fish's mouth trying to get the hook out. So you always make sure you have a handy pair of pliers with you. And I always carry a knife, and that's always the best thing to carry when you're fishing. If the fish comes up, you need to cut the line very quickly. A knife's the best thing you want, especially if you're to catch a poisonous species of fish. There are some of them out there.
When I talk about matching the bait fish are eating, it's because that's the real secret out here. Finger mullet and shrimp run thick, so I use lures that look just like them. You know, a slow retrieve with a little twitch is usually all it takes, and like I always keep pliers for quick hook removal. Wet my hands before handling a fish, and I can carry a knife in case I need to cut the line. These little things keep the fish healthy, keep me safe, and make every cast more productive.
All right, go get him, Tiger.
He catches one permanently.
Is that what you said you caught the trout on?
Yeah.
One of those, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually smaller.
Yeah.
I caught it on like actually like an 1/8 ounce, just
Yeah.
a standard regular old jig.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good job, young man. This point out here is one of my most favorite spots to fish, because as we have the channel that comes into the fish camp, there's another channel that comes in this direction, and right on the other side is only about 2 foot of water. So you throw out on the 2 foot and bring it over here toward the channel. There's redfish. There's been about 4 or 5 redfish that have been caught here in the last week or so from different guests fishing, and it's the exact spot I'm fishing at right now.
This point is one of my favorite spots because the shallow flat drops right into a deeper channel, prime feeding territory for redfish. I cast onto the shallow side and bring the lure across that edge so it passes right in front of them. And honestly, anyone can fish here. Families, beginners, kids, there's shade, easy footing, and plenty of space along the bank. It's simple, relaxed fishing the way it should be.
This nice, steady, slow retrieve. You don't want to go too fast. You just want to give it a little jerk every now and then to make this particular bait especially wiggle around like it's a real fish. See if I can get a close up here of what the bait looks like in the water. Going back that way. All right, see if I can bring it between these 2 poles here and give you guys an idea. Once the water clears, you're gonna be able to see exactly what the fish looks like when it's actually swimming. You see that right there? That's what you want, a little retrieve like that. You see that fish bobbing around like a real fish. All right, let's move down here to this other part down here. Again, anywhere bodies of water meet, you can see the minnows swimming down there right now. Something was just hitting right there. But anywhere where these sections meet, that's always a good spot to throw, because it goes from deep to shallow, and that's what you're trying to find is the contours. That was a pretty good cast. Let's see if we can do something with it. Oh, I think I got some grass in my line. I can see a trail behind it. A little too much. Got some grass or something on it. Yep, piece of grass. A little too close. That's where the fish be hiding this part of the day, is underneath those mangroves right there. They'll just be huddled up, waiting for something to swim by. Alright, let's go try over here, Benny. Alright, we're going to try over here by this other little dock. Like I said, during the day when the sun's hot, you want to fish around structures, because that's where shade and structures, that's where the fish kind of hide. So one thing you always want to keep in mind when you're out here fishing is know your surroundings, where you're footing, You know, you want to make sure you have sunscreen on. You want to make sure that you're wearing the proper shoes. You don't want to be walking out here barefoot, get cut up. See right there is a pretty good spot right there. Let the lure set a little bit and then start giving a slow, fast retriever a little twitch in it. Yep. All right, well, we're not having much luck out here this morning, but this afternoon I should say. But one thing you definitely want to do after you're done fishing is always put your lure or whatever your hook you have and make sure it's secure in your rod. Step number one, you don't be walking around pointing this thing, taking out people's eyes or hooking stuff. So make sure your lure is secured. Some poles have an eye like this one does at the very bottom to hook it into, but if you don't have one of these fancy eyes in your pole, you could always just hook it to any of the other ones on. This one, as you can see, has a little hook thing. You put a hook into, reel it in so it's taut, not too tight, and then make sure you always rinse your rod off with fresh water. The last thing you want to do is come out here a week from now or next time you go to use it and you've got a bunch of salt crusted up in your reel and on your rod. So spending good money buying this equipment, you need to take care of it, and when you're done fishing, make sure that you rinse it all off with fresh water so you can enjoy your next day out fishing. See you in the next video.
Whether I'm chasing a redfish or just unwinding after a long day, Oak Hill Fish Camp always gives me a spot to cast. From the rocks and docks to the nighttime lights, there's always a place to try my luck. If you want to experience this for yourself, call or text to book your stay. I'd love for you to come out here, fish these same waters, and make your own memories along the shoreline.